Okay, yeah, thank you. We'll touch on some of those things that Susie mentioned here a little bit more in detail in a few minutes. Mainly, I wanted to give you guys a finance update, just where we are in all of our various accounts, what that means for what our fundraising efforts are for the end of the year, as well as some helpful resources. One that we recently just kind of put together that we're thinking is evergreen content that you can use not only for this end of year push, but for other times throughout the year as well. So we'll touch on that. We'll talk more about those transitions for the board positions. And then David has quite an update from Prodia and the things that the team's doing in their various programming during this fourth quarter. And then we'll just touch on the details for that upcoming meeting that Susie mentioned as well. So this is where we are at as of actually this morning in all of our various accounts. So um, between our checking and savings, we have around $256,000 cash kind of ready at hand, easily accessible. Again, we've diversified some of those funds thanks to efforts of our endowment and finance committee. So we have been earning some interest in some of those accounts. So we're sitting at around 50,000 for Western Massachusetts Community Foundation and a little over 50 at that government Morgan Stanley account. So in total, our assets are around $360,000. There has been talk to in the endowment committee. I know many of you are on it, so this might be a little bit redundant, but we've received a generous donation, hoping that we can create an endowed fund specifically for our scholarship program. So that might be another way that we continue to, again, diversify where we are putting some of those donations. And specifically with that desire, it will allow us to have a little bit more of a sustainable long-term plan for the scholarship program. So it's in the very beginning stages. But again, I'm appreciative to you all for helping us look at this from different perspectives and ensure that we are financially sound. So overall, we're sitting well with our assets, but there's still work to be done. So this year we set a all-time high goal of $400,000. To date, we've raised and pledged a little more than $267,000, which means we're sitting at around $132,000 to raise by the end of the year, which I know sounds very steep. Last year we were able to raise 140,000, give or take, I think between 140 and 145. So I'm confident we can get this amount. Granted, it's been a tough year for lots of folks, but I wanted to touch briefly on our plans. Again, I know some of you have already heard this, so appreciate your patience while we walk through it. But our main big push to get folks to support us is that end of year campaign, that snail mail letter that we'll be sending out. This year, we're focusing specifically on our rotating funds program and just touching on some of those projects that we supported this year. We've put in some of the lingo I know that has been discussed in other meetings regarding tax deductible donation, making sure our EIN's on there, talking about RMDs, etc. So we will be sending that out during the month of November. We will also be focusing on Giving Tuesday as we have in years past. A reminder that's Thanksgiving, then Black Friday, then Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. So we'll send out a few emails leading up to Giving Tuesday, just kind of as a way to launch our more so online presence for that campaign. Excuse me. And then from there, we'll send out a few other emails to all of our folks who have subscribed to our email letter. Excuse me, our email list. And then the last 2 days of the year, we also send out just reminders that, hey, here's a countdown timer. You have 48 hours left for your donation to count towards this calendar tax year. And we tend to see a lot of donations roll in those last few days. So we're hoping that we won't have to be down to the wire and trying to make that goal. But some of the other ways we're trying to bolster those efforts, we've been trying to diversify some of the grants we've applying for. Granted, some of them, if we were to receive them, we wouldn't receive until next year, so they would count, excuse me, towards that goal. But nonetheless, it's an ever kind of revolving door of efforts to continue to seek funds in other places. So, alongside David, we were able to submit a proposal to the Embassy of Czech Republic in Lima. It was a joint effort, definitely. This is the first grant I've ever had to do where we had to send in a physical copy. So David was kind enough to help
Oh
make
my
sure that got to
gosh.
Lima on time. It's an exciting proposal. We'll hope to hear back over the next few months here. And it's for kind of bolstering the efforts of Hayawa's cheese plant. So it's a different kind of proposal that we haven't necessarily submitted before. So I'm excited. It was a really great proposal, and I'm hopeful we'll have some positive results there. Another application, actually, that David and his team took on a great part in doing is the SFAA Lambros Comitas Award for significant applications of anthropology. So we were able to get Uver enrolled into SFAA, and so that was a crucial stepping point to be able to submit this application. So I think David will probably speak a little bit more to this one in his presentation. So I'll wait for that update so you don't get duplicate notifications here. But again, another solid application. And then the few names that you'll recognize here, New England Biolabs this year, actually this coming year, unfortunately, they're only having one open call for applications. They usually have two, but their submission period is it's during the month of November. You have November 1st to November 31st to submit it. So we're working on sending another application that addresses our project with the Bofidales. It sounds as though Prodia is shifting a little bit more towards a focus on supporting the alpaqueros with the quality of their hilos and the selling of their hilos. So we're going to see how we can kind of tie that into a proposal that is attractive to NEBF. Just because they are very focused on the environment. As we all well know, the Bofidales project is very, um, it hits a lot of different buckets, so to speak. And so I think we won't have a problem creating something that'll be appealing to them. So we'll keep you posted on that one. And then Water Charity, we've been speaking with them throughout the better part of the last several months. And we've submitted a proposal for a couple water projects on Amantani. So they said they were going to be having meetings here briefly in the fall to discuss what it is they're wanting to support. And so we're hopeful they'll come back to us and continue that conversation, but they do have a proposal in hand. So those are some of the grants that we're doing. We're always looking for new opportunities. Again, if you happen to see something in your realm, let us know. I know several of you have done that. That SFAA opportunity was one that was brought to us, I believe, by Ralph. And there's been other opportunities throughout the year too that we've at least assessed whether or not we are able to apply for them. So thanks to those who've sent ideas and keep them coming because there's definitely uh, there's never too many to look at. It takes several applications before we actually see some sort of positive results. How else can you help? I know many of you are already doing this. You're sending out handwritten notes to donors, whether that's thank yous, whether that's helping with the snail mail that's coming up. If you're someone who hasn't done that in the past and would like to do that, please let us know. We would be very grateful. We have around 500 names on our mailing list this year. So there's a lot of, I try to make sure everyone gets some sort of little handwritten note, even if it's a couple sentences. So if you'd like to help, let us know. Susie already touched on how grateful we are to those who've sent along contacts of new folks that haven't maybe heard about the work that we do. Please, if you have an email or if you just have a mailing address, if you have both, great. But if either or is fine as well. We're trying to reach out to people in both forms. So All you need to do is send me a little email. I'll make sure they get on the list. If you want to write them specifically, that's also wonderful. I can make sure you get a letter that specifically has the folks' name on it. And I think, again, adding that little handwritten note is always very welcomed. We've seen a lot of positive results with it. And then one of the things I'm going to touch on is this one pager that we've created. And so that's something you can share now or you can share whenever it comes up. So I am planning on sharing that all with you digitally. It's something you should be able to print out. It's just a front and back, but if you want it physically sent to your inbox, I'm happy, or to your mailbox, I'm happy to do that as well. So those are some ideas of how you can support us. This is the one pager, this is the front page. Essentially, it's extracted from our 2024 impact report. It's, again, evergreen content that touches on who we are and what we do, essentially. The back side of this talks about where we're working and some of those points that are listed on our website that we're, proud of, in the sense that the board supports all of their costs when they come to the meetings, and that, we utilize donations directly for the work that we're doing. So I will send this around in a follow-up email. It will probably be tomorrow at some point in time. So you'll have that in your inbox. But again, let me know if for some reason you would like to have it physically printed. That's no problem at all. I can send as many as you need. All right, briefly touching a little bit more on what Susie mentioned. Susie's been so kind to us in the sense that she stayed on a little bit longer than I think the original slotted term or agreed upon time for presidency. So Liz and Kathy have also generously offered to step up and fill her big shoes. And so that transition will be happening in May. I do believe we need to have a formal vote when we are together in February, so we'll make sure to do that. But I'm grateful to the three of you. You've always been very supportive, and I think this will be a wonderful way to continue moving forward and to make sure that those who've supported us for so long get a little bit more rest. So thanks, Susie, for all you've done there. And as Susie also mentioned, unfortunately, Mike's not feeling too well these days. And he's also been very supportive in the treasurer role for some time. So Roland's agreed to fill in his big shoes as well. So I just want to reiterate, Mike would probably love a little text message or an email if you're thinking of him, just for a little bit of extra love. I had a phone call with him last week, and it sounds like he was hoping to have surgery in November. And so I know he's really trying to get his body in a place where he can do that. So just send him a little note. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. We still do need to fill the secretary role, like Susie mentioned as well. So if that's something you're open to, I'm always grateful for Liz, who's always back behind the scenes taking notes for me while I'm presenting. So I'd be appreciative if someone can help continue that for us. And then the vice presidency, I guess that's not something we've necessarily discussed at length, just because technically we have two presidents. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Susie, did you want to touch a little bit more on that?
I think we've assumed that because we're going to have both Liz and Kathy there, that we might be able to leave that vacant unless somebody would like to come forward and stand for that on the ballot. We probably need a secretary more than anything else at this point.
Great. Yeah, I think that is probably the biggest spot to fill for sure. So I know it can be kind of intimidating, the time commitment, and I won't lie to you, we do meet frequently, at least with their executive committee. We're meeting once a month, and there are some odd other meetings that we need to have. But I try to alleviate as much of the, um, workload as I possibly can. And if there's a way that you say, hey, I'd be willing to give X amount of time, but I can't do other X amount of time, I'm certainly happy to find a way to, again, help kind of fill some of those gaps. So think about it and let us know. We still have some time before we need to transition out of some of those positions. And the last thing I wanted to touch on before handing the mic over to David is something that Susie had already touched on as well. Each board committee is working to create an individual strategic plan for that committee, kind of what the mission is of the committee. excuse me, and some plans for 2 years and 5 years out. So we did meet as a programs committee last week, and we were able to come up with a pretty solid plan that we hope to share in February with you all. So this is something you actually will probably see before then as well, just because we're going to kind of use it as a template for some of our other committees as we meet throughout the month of October. So thanks to Programs Committee for putting this together, and thanks to the rest of you for being willing to think a little bit more forward and how it is we want to shape um, these committees. I think it's always helpful to remind ourselves why it is that we're meeting, and it's a great resource to fall back on when, we're doing something and we want to make sure it aligns with the plans we have for ourselves as an organization.
I might just also add that that was an important part of the way in which foundations are evaluated when we wanted to be on those particular lists where you can look up and see whether you might want to contribute to an organization. And Roland connected us to some of those important sources, and the fact that you have a written sense of where you're going and what you're doing and what you're out to accomplish is a critical aspect of that. And we really do have that. So it's just a matter of updating it, and we'll be voting them on in February as a group.
Definitely. Thank you, Susie. I saw Dr. Mike popped on. We just want to say hi, Dr. Mike. We're thinking about you. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you're taking care of yourself over there.
Thank
I'm,
you,
I'm,
Mike.
I'm in my hospital bed.
Oh, Mike, we're
Wow.
thinking of you. Gosh.
Big hugs.
On with the meeting, please.
Okay, Mike.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we're thinking about you, that's for sure.
That's
I'm
great.
hanging in there.
Good man.
Good for you.
Good man.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and turn it over to David.
That's such good news that he got on. He doesn't sound good, does it? I wonder if David is muted.
Yeah, there you are, David. He's good.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Q4 virtual meeting. Today we will be reviewing all the activities that with the team we will be working in this past months, and now we are entering the last trimester of the year. So I would like to start with my presentation with the Rotating Funds Program. As you remember, the main activity that we've been working all this year is regularizing all the legal transfer documents, the money to the community, and the collaboration document. So at the moment, we have 71% of all our network of the 49 members between communities and organizations that they already signed the papers, all the documents of the transfer and the collaboration being done. But we have a third group. Those are the group that are considered challenging, because those are in yellow and red color. Those are the ones that have some challenge with the repayment of funds, or they don't want to work with Prodia anymore, like Chignayans or Tuni Grande or Tuni Requena that have been a while years that they stopped working with us. So from this third group, that is our 21 organizations, 8 organizations are ready. I mean, they are moving from yellow or red to green now. We've been explaining them in the monthly meetings what is the importance to have this paperwork in order. What is the importance that they can have now a document that shows that all the money of the funds that being transferred from Prodia belongs to them, belongs to the community. So these 8 organizations are ready to sign and is already scheduled for the next Thursday 30 of this month. So Dr. Ricardo will be here, and we will be doing the signing the papers with the local judge too. And but we have a 14 no 13 that they still with the challenges, and so we will keep that working with them, and we hope that the next year they will be ready to sign. And in this small group, there for sure there is some members or some communities that they are in red because we stop working with them. So, but we would like to have all the paperwork with them straight out. So we will hope that for the next year have all this paper regularized. Next, please. So in the rotating fund program, all the projects that have been implemented as our calendar plan of this year. But thinking in the next year, in the 2026, the call for proposal is open. But with the difference with the other years that for this call, it is we are considering a lot how is their situation of the management of their funds. That means the history of the funds. If the community or the association is paying on time, if they are reinvesting the money in other projects on time, if they implement in the project that they decide to implement, that everything is in order and in time. So it's kind of it's a big criteria that it is important to check the financial history of their rotating funds. So considering that, we invite 10 communities and associations, 20 members of our network, to submit a proposal for the opening call for the 2026.
Oh, what's up?
Those 20 from these 20 members between communities and association, only 18 answer that they really want to submit a proposal for the 2026. So what is happening now? We are having sessions, workshops, participatory workshops with them to identify what are their needs and what are the projects that they will like to propose for the next year. So everything as according to our schedule. The application deadline, it will be on November 15. That means to that date we will have the 18 proposals for projects for the next year. We have another two organizations two communities that they would like to join the network. So we hope that for November 15 we will have 18 plus 2, 20 proposals, and then the committee, the project committee of the PRODI Association, we will review, and we will have a lot of work to suggest or to choose which one of these 20 projects we can propose to the Chinaya Foundations for the annual meeting in the next year. Next program that I would like to report is the scholarship program. Next, please. Okay. So just to remember, for this year, we have 49 students being part of our scholarship program. We made in the Q2, we made the first payment of the quota, and during all these months, the becarios been presenting the project, working on the project. We were helping them in all this process. And the past Sunday, and we had on October the 5th, we have their final presentation of the results of the projects. It was very interesting that they have a variety of the projects. We have some in the picture you can see on the first picture on the top. There is a project named Forestalitos. A group of students went to the local high school in Jose Domingo Choquehuanca, and they teach the students how to they have their from the seed, how to they can create their own plantation. So now the seeds are they have now 100 small plants. I don't know the word in English. So now they are ready to go to the next step, and the principal of the high school decide that maybe they can use that small plants to do a letter of the high school so they can grow and have kind of a visual beauty thing on the garden in the high school. So it was a variety of the projects of the students of psychology with orientación vocacional, relating to health, prevention of the anemia, how the people in the community can cook a healthy food. We have one interesting project was a an alarm when the UV rays are really high. It's a small aparato. I don't know. That pops up an alarm when they feel is very hot or the UV rays are really high, so the students can I mean use the sunblock or the cap and all that. So it was very successful, and the students get very involved in their projects during all these months. There was another project related to the Club de Lectura. They promote to the students to create an own cuento, and there was finalists and they choose 3 winners related to the local context. So we are waiting for that they submit the 3 winners so we can share and post. So what is coming now with the current becarios is they are waiting for the second quota payment that is scheduled for the next October 24. And the last activity that is scheduled to is their usual Christmas activity. They are working now on the plan to have that activity in the end of the year. So there is some pictures of the different activities of that being carried by our becarios in the local high school and schools and communities in Pucará. So what is coming now? Thinking in the next year, the opening call for the becarios is done. It's already launched. So we are the deadline application is in November 2021. We already made the first virtual session giving the guidance or providing all the instructions or guidance to those who are interested to present for the next year scholarship program. And the second one is coming now this Sunday, the second one. The first session, we have 14 participants, two former becarios, but 12 new ones that they are interested to participate in the scholarship program for the 2026. So there was some changes as the same like I mentioned on the rotating funds program, and in the scholarship program the main changes is one thing is that the open call for some population like Jose Domingo Choquehuanca, Cotos, and Cuarita is now restricted. Because before was an open call for so everybody can submit their application, but now we are focusing only on the organizations that are working with us. I mean the associations in Choquehuanca, in Cotos, and in Cuarita. And the other change is we are not requiring any more elaboration of an essay. We are now the applicants need to answer a questionnaire with three questions, but they are different between if they are a new applicants, they need to answer question related to what is the problem that they identify in the community, what are the solution that they can propose from the career that they are studying to that problem and to the former becarios or ex becarios, they need to answer questions related to the project that they worked as part of our scholarship program. So and of course now with the technology, using the AI, so there is some control that they only can use the AI for to correct the orthography and form. I mean only the shape, not the. We want that they need to express their ideas and in their own creation, not the AE intelligence. So we'll see how's this scholarship program a call, and we hope that we can have a lot of applications. Next program that I would like to report is the dental program. In the dental program, we have some challenges in Q1, end of the Q1 and Q2, but the main challenge was that the school that we propose to carry all the activities in the dental program, they start rebuilding some rooms in the high school. So it took like 3-4 months to rebuild all that. So that means we need to delay all our activities that's as part of the plan. So finally, they in end of in early August, they give us the green light that they are ready to start again with all the program. So now we need to reschedule all our activities, and now all the activities are according our plan. That means that Doctora Madelka is going. I mean, I've seen her from Monday to Friday every day. She's going to the high school in the mornings and have this dental procedure and working with the students there. With this dental procedure, we almost finish. I think part of the plan is finishing in this month, in end of October. And she will be working in November processing all the information. So in December, we will deliver the reports to the parents of their children, how are the situation of their dental health now, and of course to the teachers and the principal of the high school. So our part of the plan, we will be accomplish our in 100% our goal in the dental program. Yes, yep, that's the key progress. Okay, the next program is the saving program. In the saving program, during this year, the main challenge was giving the next step using the technology knowledge in the. The main challenge in this year was according to the collaboration sign that we have with CARE Peru. It was the training with the Maxim application. I mean, providing training sessions in digital platform related to the financial education to our members. Now we have 19 active groups. There is 364 members. But we will be able to work only with 200 members. There was many limitations, starting with the access to the internet in some of our communities. that is it's a lot of limitation. The other challenge was the cell phones. Some of them, or mostly of them, don't have a smartphone. So and so we started with the Maxima app and working with 200 members, but we are happy to mention that with avoiding, I mean, all these challenges facing and all that, Rosemary, as usual, she made a great job. And we accomplished with 200 members all the different sessions with the Maxima application. So now we are working on the closing ceremony, thinking about we will have the 200 all in one, I mean, in just one big room and having this ceremony, or maybe doing individually in their community. So we are working now and working on those details, and of course giving their physical certify, so they can be happy and to have that. The other that thing that I would like to report is this year for us with all the team we have a solicitation to do an internship that was in July. This is an organization, NGO named Caijo, from Andahuaylas from Cusco, and so they came with a solicitation that they would like to learn about our saving program, and they want to learn about how they can start, how are all the procedure to start a saving program in their organization too. So the first visit it was successful, where they came a group of 22 members, and we have a 2 full day between the workshop here in the office and visiting the local entrepreneurs of our women that are part of our saving program, so they can see in person, and they can have the information from our beneficiaries about how they started with their entrepreneur and how helpful was the saving program. So now we have a new solicitation again from this organization that they would like to have a second internship. So now we are working on the details for the next month in November. They've been really impressed the work they've been doing on the saving program, and they would like to replicate that in their organization. The next program is the water projects that is being still carried in Mantani. Well, I would like to mention that a lot of work and hard work that the people of these two communities, Colquecachi and Incatiana, been investing during all these months. There was, I mean, they've been participating since the beginning, so they show a lot of compromise of them to this project, to these two projects. I would like to mention that in Katiana is they almost finish with all the pipe installation, all the network to the distribution to their houses, and if everything goes well, we think that in the next days we will be doing our part, that is buying the machinery, and they've been ready to install the solar system. So we hope to the end of this month we can have the inauguration of this water project to Incatiana community.
That's 2025, right? Not 2024.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Kathy. But in the other hand, in Katiana, they've been working as the same, but now they are facing a challenges because the municipality wants to wants to help them. So the municipality of Amantani, the mayor offer that they can collaborate with some pipes. But this is coming from about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so we are a little bit afraid that with this help maybe they will be delaying their to finish the project. So it's up to them. We respect their decisions, and we understand how can be the bureaucracy on the municipalities, especially if they want to provide some materials. They have intern processes. So we hope that soon they can have good news to us, and so we can finish with our part. I mean, buying the machinery and the installation of the solar system. So, but at the moment, Colquecachi is we are still waiting for their formal answer to them. So, of course, after the installation and all that, we, as in the other water project that Prodia and the Chinaya Foundation work the past year, we always give the follow to see how this is going and everything is working well.
Hi.
How are you today?
Yeah, so.
So.
Um, Okay, so the next item that we like to report, it's about the proposal to the Cultural Foundation of the Bank of the Nation. As I remember on the previous meetings, I report that we submitted a proposal related to the Chignaya history. I mean, we would like to recognize the work of the Chignayans from the early years up to date, and how the leaders work, and all the population been working during all these years since the formation. And in some stage of the project, well, we submit the proposal, the Bank of the Nation accept the proposal. They've been very happy to work with that project. So, but as a Prodia, we think that we will be great to get involved all the authorities and the population of the Chignay, especially because there is a part of the history and a recognition, of course, of the leaders in the early years and all the work that they've been done, or they've been do. But unfortunately, they decline. We attend two assembleas with the Chignayans. We explain what is all the project and the importance for the history and all that, but they didn't. They decide that they don't want to participate in this. So now we communicate that, unfortunately, to the bank, to the foundation of Bank of the Nation. But we have a meeting to provide a new proposal to see if they are interested. The new proposal is related to the work of Ralph. I mean, in the early years here, and how is now. I mean, the impact of his work here in the Altiplano with the communities now. So they accept, they are interested in that work. So now we need to start working on identifying and having more pictures about the work of the communities and the impact of the early work of Ralph and the work with the foundation, and how is that work impact in the actual projects in the community. So we have, of course, there is a lot of applied anthropology there, information. We have the publications of Ralph about the work. We have pictures. So we need, and the most important is that the Bank of the Nation think that is a good proposal, that they can be, that they would like to be involved. So this is under this is under work. So I will report more about this in our next meeting. So In resume, our key achievements up to date is, as I mentioned in my in the presentation on rotating funds, 100% of the rotating funds document are already formalized. We are waiting for the third group, the 8 communities that they are ready to sign this coming 24. The 2 projects, water projects, is still on work. We hope that we can accomplish one and in the next weeks. In the dental program, we reschedule, and we are sure that with 100% we will be accomplish the objectives as part of the annual plan. The scholar our becarios implemented the community projects, and now they are waiting for the payment of their second quota. And 200 members of our network in the saving program, they learn about the using the technology in digital tools. So yep. Okay, but now there is a challenges overcome that we identify with the team. Of course, activity rescheduling without affecting our goals, especially on the dental program. That was well, there was the second experience. The first one, a big challenge, was during the pandemia that we need to reschedule all our work in the field. Related to the rotating funds program, there is always some moras. So now the managing of working with the communities and the associations to do a good administration and a good management of the delays of the moras that affect the rotating fund program. That was a challenge too. We have plans for the next year to work in a reglamento to every single member of our network. We need to have a reglamento of our rotating funds so they can know how they can solve a problem related to a delay, or what happened if some member of a community that they receive a loan and died, what happened. So there is some particularly cases that they need to have in a document, so if the case show, they can know how to react or they can solve the problem. So everything is the objective of this is to fortalecer their management of the rotating funds. Well, the other challenges is the logistical adjustments due to the infrastructure repairs. This is related to the dental program, and always as part of our work, we always work hand to hand to the communities member and the association that part of our network to keep the commitment to the rotating fund, dental program, scholarship program, all our programs. We always work hand to hand with them. Yes. So if there is any questions or comments, please let me know.
Well, David, thank you for that excellent report. I must say, I find it very impressive that you have gone through that very difficult process of working with each of the communities and the rotating projects to get that regularized. I'm sure that is very challenging work, and the fact that you have 71% of the communities aligned with an agreement, I think, is very impressive work indeed. In fact, every part of the report is really quite positive, and I think it's going to be a fine basis for the annual report for 2025. I wonder how the new member of your team is working out, if that has been with easy to integrate a new member into the team. And I also had a question about the use of the digital apparatus in the savings group. Does that mean that the groups are no longer meeting together for their distribution, or is that not the case?
Thanks, Susie, for your comments and the question. Um, Saida she joined the team and she's doing a great job systematizing all the information in the rotating funds. She's a good help for the work, especially in the rotating funds program as compañera. So with her work and with all the information, because help us a lot in the to have the amount, the exactly amount, not only the fund that the Prodia transfer in the rotating funds, the interest. So with all the information and all the documentation, all the contracts, she helped us a lot during all this process to regularize all the legal documentation to the communities. And she was communicating with the authorities. She was giving the guidance because we are required some legal documents from the SUNARP, the state organization, to make sure that the board of the community or the association are legally recognized, so they can be officially sign the legal paper in front of the local judge here. So everything, she was a lot of it was a lot of work, and she was a good worker, helping us with all this in all this process. Using the technology in the saving program, it was one group that I mentioned in a previous meeting, that they design give an step and another step, a higher step, or that they don't have any longer physical meetings, because they've been the draw before in the when they start their cycle of the saving. So in the first meeting, they do the draw, the sorteo, so they can know in advance who will receive the money every month till the cycle finish. So they don't have a physical meeting. Since they don't know who will receive the money, they do the transfer using the application, using the cell phone, like we have here Yape. I think the equivalent in the States is Zelle. So they can go into the phone and just transfer the money to the person who will receive the money. That's a big step. I mean, using the technology. But this is only one group. We hope that the rest of the groups be ready to give that step using the technology for the saving program. But the other way, since they've been receiving these sessions or training sessions with the application of Maxima, that we can identify, is special to those beneficiaries who owns a small tienda of ceramics or bodega, that they learn how to use the application too. I mean, the cell application here is Yape. So in the urban areas, it's very popular now using that application. But here in the rural, with the complication and challenges, but the people are start learning. So they are not managing any more kind of physical or bills. They do the transfer now. So I think with the experience, with the care, help us a lot, especially to those beneficiaries who have some small businesses here in Pucará.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susie.
Any other questions for David? Okay, well, the last point I want to make, and feel free if there's questions for what I addressed earlier, you can chime in as well. But I just wanted to make sure everyone has the dates for our annual meeting next year in February. It'll be the 27th and the 28th at Palm Mountain, where we've met in the past. They've done some renovations, and I hear it looks really nice. We've been able to get a little bit of a discounted rate. Unfortunately, because of the renovations, it's a little bit higher than the last time we went. But nonetheless, you can scan this QR code if you'd like to go directly to the link where you can make those reservations. I've also sent it in emails recently, and in that follow-up email I'll do tomorrow, I will include it again. So feel free to sign up. We're gonna follow the traditional kind of the program or the schedule that we have in the past, where I think a lot of folks will probably come in on Thursday evening, Thursday afternoon. There can kind of be an informal dinner together if folks would like. We'll meet all day on Friday with a meal provided by the foundation out on Friday night. And then Saturday we'll meet about half of a day to wrap up any last things that we need to address. So if you have any questions when you're signing up, let me know. I think Susie had mentioned in an email to everyone that if you are going to be longer than that Thursday through Sunday, you have to book it separately, I believe, just because the rate is not for the whole week. But let me know if you run into any difficulties, and we look forward to having you all there.
Should
Well,
add that we've asked some of our major donors to join us for that meeting too. So I think we'll really enjoy getting to see some of those people who are supporting our work so loyally. And I really think this report, David, was just so encouraging in so many ways. And please give our very best to the whole ProDia team. We think you're doing wonderful work.
If I could echo that, David, I just loved the spirit of flexibility and we can do this and finding solutions for new challenges. It's all a very exciting thing to hear about.
Hear, hear.
Thank you all for all the work and the commitment to the work that we are doing in the communities. Just to a brief update, I received a communication from our former becaria that she was doing the thesis about the saving program. She finally ¿cómo es esta palabra? She finally been approved and she got her title with her thesis. So that's a wonderful news for our scholarship program.
Yeah. The other thing is that Mackenzie sent all of us the link to that article that Ralph and Ann Stromberg and Uber did. That's a wonderful article to send out to anybody that you think is interested in the scholarship program. And just one final plea to please send additional names to Mackenzie. And if you would like to add some notes, we've got really good data that suggests those individual notes have a tremendous impact on a person's willingness to give and to give again. We got a lot of money to raise in this last quarter. So so grateful to the members of the board. That's where all our energy comes from. So let's do the very best we can these last few months to raise what we need to keep those projects underway and supported. David and the team and Ricardo are doing a great job. And we want to do everything we possibly can to support them and allow us to meet in February and approve a lot more work for next year.
I just want to echo thanks to you, David, for that wonderful report. We're always grateful to hear how things are going, and I personally think that it's wonderful too how your ProDia board has been forming similar committees to the ones that we have, and it's definitely showing in the organization and stuff that you guys have had over the last few months, and I look forward to seeing more. So If there isn't any more questions, I'll let you all get back to your evenings, but it's always so good to see you guys. I'll be in touch via email, and I think our next get-together is in February, so don't hesitate to reach out in the meantime. If I'll see several of you at other meetings throughout. I know we have some committee meetings coming up here, but reach out nonetheless if something comes up. So thanks everybody for being here, and take care, Dr.
Mackenzie, please keep us updated on the arrival
I
of
will.
our little girl.
Yeah, hope you feel better, Michael. Dr. Mike.
And Dr. Mike, feel better.
Yeah, Mikey.
Right.
Yeah.
Great to see you, John.
Thanks everybody. Have a good rest of the night. Take
Okay.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us so late, Dr. Ralph. Take
Yeah. Thanks a
care,
lot.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.